amazing that you're being the example as well to your clients. And to me, that speaks volumes too, because it's very easy to talk about it, but to be a living expression of it, to be vulnerable enough to talk about, hey, I struggle with this too. I may not feel like I desire to finish this painting, but I desire the knowing of what it's like to experience painting this eye that I'm struggling with.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to go into it and I'm going to do it. And to me, that adds that whole level of authenticity of, I do this myself. I am not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I am a guide because I walk this path and I know what it's like every day, and I will help you navigate yours too.
That's right. That's right. And people, and I just love what you're saying. And people go, yeah, but what if I fail? Or what if you don't get that right? And it's like, well, then I get to be with that. I get to be with my humility. I get to be with my humbling. I'm with that part that wants to beat me up and say, you should stop doing this. And I can be with that part and make a choice. So I get to be with a whole bunch, not because, oh, I've done this well, or as my sister says, oh, you'll make millions of dollars. It's like, no, it's about this experience with myself and the humility and the humblingness of even doing something that's wonderful. There's humility in that, not like, wow, isn't this just a great scarf? And yeah, it's awesome. And no, it's like, oh my God, I'm humbled by what has occurred because of this, or the painting or the books, or I'm humbled by it. So there's so much in the experience. So I really appreciate what you just said, because that's what we're here to have, is that experience, versus we're here to have only the successes and work towards success. And it's like, well, I call it fulfillment versus success. Fulfillment of our human spirit. We know the difference. Success quite often happens up here. Fulfillment is like, oh my God, that was just awesome.
And I love that you point to your heart, because that is in truth too. We talk, at least in Suivera here, we talk so much about the heart, because we have been so focused for so long on the mind.
Yes.
And it's such an important thing. It's not to discount the mind. We can't do that at forgetting how important the heart is and the feel is, and our intuition that kind of comes from that space as well.
That's right.
So there's that feel part of it, that you feel fulfilled through here. Like there's just this opening that happens.
That's right. That's right.
And at the end of this life, we're not going to take millions of dollars with us. We're going to take our experiences with us and the soul growth we had. So that is the treasure. And how amazing you recognize that.
And that's my intention with every client, is that you get to have that experience. When a person comes, let's say for the second or third session or whatever, every session is like, what did you notice? What did, through the week, what did you notice? So that they cultivate the awareness of, oh, I noticed how I said I would do this, but I didn't. Okay, great. Great that you noticed that. And, let's talk about that. It's not like, oh, you're accountable and you didn't do it and you're a bad person, but it's like, you chose not to do that. Isn't that fascinating? You said you want to create this balloon and you stayed in your bedroom and played solitaire every day. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating? And in that process, people go, wow, yeah, that is fascinating. I am fascinating. And they become more engaged with the experiences they have, the choices of what they make, and how those choices move them towards what they want, or move them towards more safety and security and stability. And they watch that and they become more enamored with themselves in a good way, like watching that and going, yeah, I said I really want to make this balloon, but I didn't even go on Google to see how I could do that. Like, fascinating.
Observe behaviors. Yeah.
If I don't acknowledge my fear of failure and my fear of, and not the humility is one thing, but the humiliation. If I send this to those people and they don't like it, I'm going to be humiliated, right? And so being with that dilemma and being torn by that, if I don't talk about that, and if I don't acknowledge that, then I'm not acknowledging the truth of the dilemma for every human being that we're in this dilemma of, I don't want to be humiliated. It's like, I totally get it. And is that more important than actually moving in the direction of what you say you want?
Yes.
It's just a question. Is that more important? It might be a hell yes, that's more important. It's like, okay, great. I'll coach you to that, and I'll coach you to let go of this dream. I say that to people and they go, no. I want that. It's like, okay. And there's this back and forthness about it, this dilemma that we're working with of how do we choose to just take an incremental step towards that courage and towards letting go of our attachment to humiliation. How do we do that? And every single human being is in that process.